lately. Now we are going to find volume. So if you look at our problems, it gives us our volume formula. For a rectangular prism or for a cube, our volume formula is going to be length times width times height. So we need three things, okay? You want to label them in your picture. It really doesn't matter in which order you put them because they'll all be plugged in the same way. So here's my height. I'm going to say this is my width and this is my length. And I'm going to plug it into my formula. So I'd have volume equals 9 times 17 times 24. Okay, so if I multiply all of those, this will give me 3,672 centimeters cubed, because I took 3 centimeters and I multiplied them by themselves. Centimeter times centimeter times centimeter will be centimeter cubed. So those are same setup. Set it up length, width, height, and then plug in. I'm going to let you work those next two later on. I'm going to go down to the next few. So if we have any other type of prism, we have a different formula for volume. This formula is area of the base times the height, okay? So we need two things. We need our area of our base, and we need our height between the bases, okay? So number 4, our bases are the bottom figure and the top figure, okay? So the height in between them, the piece that connects those two bases, that is 5. So that's my height between my bases. Now my base is a triangle, so I have to use the area formula for a triangle. So that's 1/2 base times height. So in that triangle, the height is drawn in for me. The height is always connected to the base. So here's the base, which it shows is 12 feet. So 1/2 times 12 times 7.3. So if I calculate that, I'm going to get 43.8. And then I just need to plug it in. Volume equals area of the base times the height, which will end up giving me 219 feet cubed. So surface area is always squared, volume is always cubed. Okay, I'm going to skip down to number 6. I still need my area of my base. I still need the height between my bases. So this time, my bases are the left side and the right side of this figure. These are trapezoids. So the area formula for a trapezoid is 1/2 height times base 1 plus base 2. Now my height between the bases, the figure that, or the segment that connects those two bases, is 25. So now I just need to plug into my formula here. My height of my trapezoid is drawn in here as 17.9. And my bases of the trapezoid are 36 and 14. So if I plug that in, I get 447.5. So now I need to take these two numbers and use my volume formula. Area of the base times the height. And we would end up with 11,187.5 meters cubed. Alright, so flip it over. I'm going to skip those next two. I'm going to look at cylinders. So we're going to find the volume of each cylinder below. The volume formula is pi r squared times height. Okay, so these are not too bad. We just need our radius and our height, which is given to us in number 9. So my radius is 18 and my height is 15. So my volume is going to be pi times 18 squared times 15. And if I multiply that, I end up with 15,268.14 inches cubed. So this is just a matter of plugging it into the formula. Now there's a lot of formulas here, so I highly suggest memorizing these formulas. It will help you a lot when we go to take this test. So that's a cylinder, that's the volume for it. Let's look at some application problems. So if you look at number 11, it says a cylinder with a 2 centimeter diameter, right here, is drilled through a triangular prism shown on the left. Find the volume of the prism. So what we want to do is we want to find the volume of the entire figure first, but we've got to take out the volume of the cylinder because it's hollow through there. So let's find the volume of this triangular prism first. So to find that volume is going to be area of the base times the height. So I'm going to find the area of the base and I'm going to find the height. So my base here is a triangle, so I'm using 1/2 base times height. And the height between the bases is 14. So if I look, I'm going to do 1/2. The base of my triangle here is right next to that 90-degree angle. It's 5. And the height is also on the other side of the right angle there in that triangle. It's also 5. So that's going to give me 12.5. So to get the volume of that figure, I'm going to take that 12.5, the base times the height, the area of the base times the height. If I multiply that, I get 175. So that was figure 1. Now I've got to find figure 2 and subtract. So to find the volume of that cylinder, I'm going to take pi. Now it told me that my diameter of that cylinder is 1. The diameter was 2. So the radius is going to be 1 squared. And then the height here of the cylinder is actually going to be that 14. That's how tall that cylinder is. So that ends up giving me 43.98. So if I subtract these two values, I've got to subtract the hollow part. 175 minus 43.98. That will give me the total volume, which is going to be 131.02 centimeters cubed. Okay, I'm going to let you figure out number 12, okay, on your own. So what I want you to do for the remainder of class is I want you to finish up the problems that we did not work on. I want you to work on those quietly. After you get done, if you have any problems from last night's homework that you didn't get done, work on those. Find something to work on. Make sure that you are doing something productive though.